Hi guys, welcome back. Hope you're all well and staying safe. In this video, I want to discuss some bits and pieces that have actually gone wrong with our caravan. I think in one of our earlier videos, I hinted and said that we'd experienced some problems and that I'd save it for a later video. Well, several months have rolled by and now is the later video. So stay tuned and I'll tell you all of the bits and pieces that have gone wrong with our Bailey D4-4. So rolling back to October 2022, Bill and I went to the caravan show. If you've watched our previous videos, you'll know this story, but just to sort of fill those in that haven't seen it, we went to the NEC show in October with the sort of view of looking at the Bailey D4-4, the Explore 554, I think there was another Bailey that we wanted to look
Phoenix,
at, 644 or something, I don't know. Can't really remember because it was a little while ago. We really wanted to look at all of the caravans and make an informed decision as to which one we wanted to buy. Anyway, they had the caravans we wanted to look at with the exception of the Bailey D4-4, and really we wanted to see everything on the same day so we could make an informed decision and decide which one we wanted to kind of go for. So anyway, while we were there, we inquired with Bailey and they said that they only had 2 or 3 brand new ones available until like the next model year came out. One of them being at Oxford Caravans, which just so happened to be on our journey home. So we thought, well, let's stop there on the way back and we can compare everything and then just discuss it when we get home. Anyway, like I say, we got to Oxford Caravans, saw the D4-4, and we just decided there and then to buy it, didn't we? Which was really nice, really unexpected because we had decided that before we bought a caravan, we wanted to do our kitchen extension and something else. I can't remember what the
Well, we need to buy a car that
we
would
didn't even have a
fit-
car. We had an
fit to
electric
tow.
car. Yeah, so we had an EV at the time that wasn't fit to tow. It was the only car we had, so there was a lot that we wanted to do. But anyway, ended up buying this caravan, and kindly Oxford Caravan said that they would give us sort of like a month while we sorted a tow car. Push comes to shove, my dad would have picked up the caravan, but I really wanted, in my mind, I had this idea that I wanted to get the car, pick up the caravan and go on like a little holiday. I think a lot of people want to do that, really, don't they?
I think we did pick it up end of November, didn't we?
Yeah, so we arranged to pick it up end of November, so that was all good. So yeah, like we say, end of November rolls around, we've got a tow car, we booked 2 nights stay away, we go and pick up the caravan, and just talking you through our experience of Oxford Caravans, or our collection day Oxford Caravans, really, really nice day. So when we got there, the salesman was there on hand and he did a full walk through, didn't he? Like how you use the hot water, how you use the heating, things like that.
Let's get a bit of advice on sort of rolling the jockey wheel down and up to make sure it's on the car and things like that.
Yeah, exactly. These little tips, which, I mean, these are all tips that my dad's told me, but it's still good information for anyone that's new to caravanning. I think they do a really good handover service. Actually, you noticed something, didn't you? So when we went into the office to finalise all the paperwork and everything, I think I've got a picture which I'll overlay in a second. I think we're like the 2nd or 3rd piece of paper. They've got A4 sheets of paper welcoming people that are collecting their new caravan that day. And our bit of paper said to Mr. and Mrs. Emery, which we thought was quite funny. So that was a nice little humorous touch. Obviously, an error on their part, no biggie to us. Anyway, when we were there, or when we'd bought the caravan, we'd specified to have a motor mover fitted, an internal 3-pin power point socket fitted, an external 3-pin power point socket fitted, and bike rack. That was it. So 4 things. Anyway, when we got there, 3 of the 4 had been done. They hadn't fitted the outside power point, which again, that could be done at a later date. No big deal. Obviously, it would have been nice if they had fitted it. But he kindly said that he was going to remove that from our bill, which made me laugh. I thought, well, I would expect that because you haven't done the work. But anyway, that was fine. Like I say, no big deal. Didn't stop us from collecting our caravan that day. So we take the caravan back to the first campsite. Obviously, it's all really exciting new. You're sort of learning where places and for things can go. But obviously quite overwhelming. There's a lot of things like I hadn't bought wheel lock, had I? So we went down to a local caravan shop, did all of that. So obviously busy couple of days. And I can't remember if it was the first day or the second day we noticed that there was a dent in the tabletop, and where the table is stored in transit, basically the wood had split and like a screw was exposed, wasn't it? Again, no real big deal. So we decided, well, we'll just take some pictures and we'll carry on our 2-day stay, highlight any other issues that we find, and then raise it with Oxford Caravans, which we did. So we did that a couple, the day we got back or the day after, can't really remember. Literally within a few days of ownership, we reported the bits were broken. It's a brand new caravan. There are always going to be teething issues with things. I think you're incredibly lucky if nothing goes wrong with your caravan and everything's right from the off. No big deal. So reported them, like I say, to Oxford Caravans. They wanted some pictures. There was a little bit of back and forth. And by this time, it sort of like led up to Christmas. So they said, I think their workshop manager was off until after Christmas, which that was fine. I mean, it's Christmas, people are taking time off. We don't really have an issue with that. We're not going to use we wasn't going to be using the caravan, so made no difference to us. Happy to wait. Anyway, mid-January rolls around and they let us know that Bailey has accepted the claim. And then at the end of January, I think they could order the parts, or they had ordered the parts, and they hoped that the items would be in by the end of February. So that's quite good. We thought a couple of months, it'll all be sorted. Or not even that, like a month and it'll be sorted. Anyway, with that sort of in mind, we booked to go back to the NEC show because we quite like the show. I say we, it's me, not you. It's more of a me thing. I just wanted to look at awnings and things like that. Now we've got a caravan, we can look at all the accessories. So we booked to go to the NEC show for the end of Feb 23. And we booked a CL, which we were quite excited about because we'd not stayed at a CL. My sister and her husband were going, but they were staying in a hotel. So I just rung Oxford Caravans and said, we're actually going to the NEC show. Obviously, depending on the parts coming in, can we drop the caravan off on the way back so it can have its work carried out? It'd be kind of like killing two birds with one stone, because Oxford Caravans isn't local to us. It's about 100 miles away. So it just would have been handy, but they said all the parts haven't come in, so couldn't do that. That's absolutely fine. So it's Saturday morning, we go to set off, caravan cars all out the front, connect the caravan electrics to the car, and an error came up on the screen saying, what did it say? Something like trailer error with trailer light. I've got a video, I'll overlay it. So that error came up and the indicator was like flashing at double time, wasn't it? Or it was in the car, but externally
There was nothing out.
There was nothing. Bill was doing the light check. So obviously, first port of call, you think perhaps it's the bulb. So we took the bulb out, checked it was fine. We even swapped it with the one on the other side. So we swapped the bulbs around.
Yeah, and the right was still working and the left still wasn't.
Yeah, so obviously it just showed there was an error with the electric wiring somewhere. So obviously quite frustrated because I was looking forward to going away in the caravan. We decided to leave the caravan at home, booked into a hotel and lost the campsite. Although, I say lost the campsite. If you're a Caravan Motorhome Club member, we booked in at Gate Farm CL site near Birmingham. Haven't been there yet. We just let them know that we wasn't going to be going because we had issues with the electrics. So if they wanted to, they could resell the site. Obviously, was happy to have lost the. We wasn't happy to have lost the fee, but we understood that it wouldn't be we wasn't entitled to a refund because it was that night we were meant to be staying there. And the lady that I spoke to, can't remember her name, so I'm sorry. She was really nice and said, I'm really sorry to hear that. Would you like to rebook for later in the year? How lovely was that of her? So,
well, especially as it was the same day.
Yeah, same day. Unlikely that anyone would have booked a pitch there, but you just don't know. So yes, we've actually booked to go back this October again to the NEC. So that'd be the third one on the trot that we've been to. Well, actually, probably the fourth. But we really like the show, so for us it's a day out, you know? Like a dog, just be happy to be out of the house. When we returned from the NEC, reported that to Oxford Caravans, said sort of like another thing to add to the list Anyway, it was a bit weird because they said, oh yeah, bring the caravan in and we'll have a look at it. Now, I'm not prepared to drive 100 miles without a left indicator. So I don't really know what anyone's really meant to do in that situation, because you would think they would use someone like a mobile fitter. I don't really know if you have something fundamentally wrong with, like, I don't know, the electrics or the brakes. I don't know what would stop you from actually towing the caravan. Whether they would send a mobile, like mobile caravan mechanic, if that exists, I don't know. So I sort of said to them, no, I'm not bringing it all the way back just for this. We'll have it looked at when you do the warranty work. So they were like, yep, that's fine. So in the meantime, I bought this. So this connects this wireless lights. So essentially you get two lights. These are battery operated, one for the left, one for the right. I didn't realise until after weeks of having it, it's actually got an RH and an LH written on it, obviously signifying right hand and left hand. They're magnetic, so if you've got like a little metal Erdy type trailer, if that's what they're called, you know, like a little trailer that you take to the tip, these are magnetics that can stick on. We just use cable ties and wrap them around the grab handrails, grab handles, whatever you want to call them. So that's what we do for lights. They've even got little like number plate illuminating lights there, but obviously where our grab handles are, that doesn't work. And then this is a little thing that plugs into the electrics in the back of the car, although it is 7-pin, not 13-pin, so we had to buy a 13 to 7-pin adapter. Like I say, this is wireless, these are wireless, and it all connects and it works flawlessly. It's brilliant. So
It's handy to have even as a backup.
oh, it is. It's brilliant. I'm not going to get rid of it. It's absolutely fantastic. So, what we don't know is whether it's, well, I think it's an issue with the. I'm pretty confident it's an issue with the caravan, because I've plugged my car into mum and dad's caravan and all the lights work. So it can't be the our tow car electrics. I think it's the caravan electrics. So yeah, so very good buy. Recommended. Not cheap. I think it was like 100 quid, 90 quid. But got us out of a bind, and it's actually enabled us to go on holiday. So really recommend. I'd say it's probably one of my favourite things I bought for the caravan. So anyway, 3 months passed with no real correspondence. I mean, to be honest, we were both preoccupied with work. We've been, like I say, we've been having an extension done on our house. Everything's just been really busy and quite intense. So we hadn't really been pestering Oxford Caravans, but then they hadn't been in touch with us either. So I raised a few more issues that we found with the caravan. The bracket that like covers the screw holes, I suppose, on the blind casing near the fixed bed, that came off. Don't really know how that goes back together, but we also noticed that the screw was missing. Can't locate the screw, so I don't know whether it had one in the first place. What else happened?
That means the blind itself flaps away from the wall as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. But I mean, you might have knocked that in the night. I don't know. I doubt it, but who knows? And I also noticed that the bathroom door was like binding on the plastic trim. You'll probably see that here. Just doesn't open and close freely. And the latch that actually holds the bathroom door closed, it's fine from the outside. When you pull the handle down, it retracts the latch enough so you can open the door. But when you operate it from the bathroom side, when you pull the handle down, it doesn't retract the latch fully, so you end up stuck in the bathroom.
I mean, you have to shout help, don't you?
Yeah, I'm always shouting help to Bill. Bill's wise enough not to shut the door fully. Every time it's just force of habit, close the door, and I'm stuck. So there has actually been an occasion where I think you went for a shower, I went to the loo, closed the door, and was stuck in there for like half an hour until you came back. But again, first world problems. So like I say, haven't heard from Oxford Caravans in 3 months, and it's now June. So I asked them for an update. And they said the parts have been delivered, they just needed to locate them. Well, I can't remember how long it was, a few days I suspect, or it might have been the same day, can't remember, I don't want to do them a disservice. Anyway, turns out they can't find the parts and have had to reorder them. So that's fine, frustrating, but fine. Anyway, they said to us that they would be in touch. as soon as possible. The end of July rolls around, and I got back in touch with them again, and they said they needed to locate the parts because the next lot had been delivered. And they come back to us and say, oh, Bailey sent the wrong parts, so they need to reorder them again. So at this point, I'm really starting to lose my rag. Well, I say lose my rag. I wasn't. I was really quite polite, I think, given the circumstances that I'd raised this in November and it's now July. Anyway, so they reordered the parts. They finally get back in touch with us. I think we were on holiday, bank holiday. Might have been just before. Can't quite remember. And finally, the parts are in. So it's now Friday the 15th of September, and tomorrow we're taking the caravan to Oxford Caravans, finally to be fixed.
10 months later.
10 months later. So yeah, we're nearly a year into the 3-year service, or how 3-year service, 3-year warranty period. Is it 3 years for the caravan?
I think so.
I think so. So yeah, we're nearly a third of the way through the warranty period, and we're finally getting things fixed that we raised a few days after we bought the caravan. Admittedly, we could have chased them. We left a 3-month gap because our life was quite busy, but at the end of the day, it was on them. I'd done a lot of chasing anyway. I really think they should have been a bit more up to date with us. I have a feeling. I know warranty work doesn't pay that well. I don't even know if they make enough money to cover their time for warranty work, but don't sell brand new caravans if you're not prepared to supply the aftercare, because there are always going to be issues with a brand new caravan.
It's classic, isn't it, with cars too? Sales versus after sales, you get a completely different standard.
Absolutely. But the thing is, though, if you want repeat custom, maintain a good level of service. So, would you, I don't know, whoever, buy another caravan from Oxford Caravans? I wouldn't. I don't want to do them a disservice. They did a really nice handover. The people are really pleasant. Each time I've had an interaction with them, they've always been really nice and pleasant. But it's just a shame that they can't maintain a basic level of communication with us, considering these issues. I mean, the issues that we've experienced are minor. Really, it's not a big deal that there's a dent in the table and the door doesn't close properly. The biggest issue is the caravan lights, really. So obviously, I don't know how this is going to unfold because the work hasn't been completed yet. But as long as everything gets fixed, which I don't see why it shouldn't, everything's fine. But would I buy from them again? No, because communication's been poor. When I actually look back at everything that's happened over our experience with them, they didn't fit the PowerPoint correctly, so I just think that's a communication breakdown. And they couldn't even get our genders right, which, whilst that made me laugh on collection day, looking back retrospectively, actually that's pretty poor. I think that if you can't get your customers' names right, then there's a fundamental issue with your business. So I really, really hope that if Oxford Caravans see this, please just increase your level of communication, even if it is an email to a customer that's waiting every other week to say, and the update is there is no update. That's fine. At least you feel like they're keeping an eye on your case. I very much got the impression that it was, oh, we wait for them to get back in touch. Like whoever shouts loud enough gets seen first type thing, which I don't think is very good service.
The one defence you can potentially give is we don't know how much of the delays of the parts were down to Bailey rather than them.
True, absolutely. And obviously Bailey sent incorrect parts, but why aren't you checking the parts when they come in? I don't understand. But as soon as you get a delivery, just work out who is this for and what work can we get through just to get it off their desk. I don't know. I don't know what system they're using, but the system doesn't work. I actually had all intentions of taking our caravan there to be serviced every year, despite it being 100 miles away, because I wanted to maintain the service stickers on the A-frame to all be the same. We would have just tied it in with a holiday, but after this, no, I've already booked it in somewhere else to be serviced, at a more local Bailey dealer. Funnily enough, actually, when we went there to book it in, she said, "Oh, you don't want warranty work fixed, do you?" I was like, "No, don't worry, we're getting that done with where we bought it from." So I understand there's this general issue that the dealers don't want to take on warranty work, but don't sell brand new caravans if you're not prepared to take on the aftercare side of things. Would we buy another Bailey? I would. I don't think anything that's gone wrong. Like I say, with the exception of the Caravan Electric.
Well, from the looking around that we've done, they seem to be the best value for money of the bargain sort of
Yeah, I think they're
bottom
brilliant.
endish caravans.
Well, you said there aren't that many brands, are there? I mean, like UK brands. I mean, well, we say we'll have another Bailey. The other week when we were on holiday, we went to Highbridge Caravans and I saw a lovely coachman that I quite liked. Way too heavy. Really, really expensive, more than anything else. But that would be the dream, wouldn't it? That coachman. Laser. 844 or whatever it was, I don't know.
You're not allowed another one for 9 years
No,
anyway.
I know. But anyway, it'd be interesting to see whether everything gets fixed with any issues. So if we do have more issues, expect a ranty video in a few weeks' time. But I'm hoping that once this is fixed, we can put it to bed and kind of forget all about it and just enjoy caravan holidays, because that's what it's all about. So just cutting in, actually on the back of having picked up our caravan. So when we picked it up, a really nice lady came out and actually greeted us. We had a nice little conversation. I thought she was lovely. All of the team that we spoke with were really, really nice. They run through all of the work that they completed. Absolutely everything was fixed. No issues at all, which was good. The only thing that they couldn't find is they couldn't replicate the issue with the electrics that we'd been having, which is a bit strange, isn't it? Because we tried several times connecting the caravan to the car, and each time it consistently threw up the error of the trailer light issue. But they said to us, "We'll come out with you, plug it in, see what happens." Anyway, went out there, hitched it all up, which I must say, they actually hitched it up for us really quickly.
So when you do it all day, every day, you sort of becomes second nature to you.
Well, yeah, and we don't, so we would have been a bit slow. So thanks for that, for hitching up our caravan for us. And plugged it in, and the lights worked, which was really strange.
They worked all the way home fine, didn't they?
All the way home, absolutely fine. And we actually took the caravan back to Mum and Dad's because I wanted to give it like a wash and polish. And went to leave Mum and Dad's the next day. Plugged the lights in.
In the dark as well.
Yeah, in the dark, or getting dark. Plugged the electrics in, and the error came up again. So I don't know if it's a fault with the car or the caravan.
Well, the thing was, the fault only lasted for 5 minutes. You know when there's a fault, because when you indicate, it does the double flicker rather than the usual.
Yeah, it was like going at double time.
Then after 5 minutes, that stopped, so we pulled over and checked, and then the lights were working.
Yeah, the lights were working, so really don't know. There obviously must be a bit of an dicky connection somewhere, but just need to highlight whether that's the car or the caravan. Actually, it's going in for its service in a couple of weeks, so I might just mention it to them, just see if they have any issue with it. Thank you, Oxford Caravans, for fixing our issues.
I mean, in person, the customer service is excellent. They're very accommodating, they listen.
Yeah.
It's just a frustration of the admin support or the written support was not the same.
Like, the lady that I've been dealing with was really nice. I just wish, I think they're just missing a business process where they just need to update their customers that are waiting for work to be done. We could just be a really unique case where we've just slipped through the cracks somehow, because their service in every other respect is brilliant. So anyway, it's just because I don't like people getting into trouble. And that's not what this is about. I want to commend good service when you get it, and I feel like we have had good service in terms of like the handover and things like that. So
in person, everything from sale or pre-sale to sales, and then when we collected it, it's all fine. It's just
this issue,
a gap in communication, basically.
Yeah, I think so. So if you have been, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Please actually let us know in the comments below your experience of any warranty work, issues that you've had with your sort of buying your caravan experience. I think generally people have issues, don't they? It's fairly standard, so we're definitely not alone. And I think we've actually been quite lucky because our issues have been quite minor. But that's our experience at Oxford Caravans. So like I say, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.